Good morning, everybody. We got some good news to start off today. This is the wheel that we took off of our big manure tanker there a couple days ago, and we got it back now. It's fixed up. It's the same tire. We didn't have to replace the entire thing, which is awesome. I guess what was wrong was the bead got knocked off a little bit. So in between the tire and the wheel, or the rim, got a little bit loose, and some crap, some sand or dust, or maybe even some manure got in there, and it kind of made the air seep out slowly. Apparently when we dropped this thing off at the tire shop, it started to rain, and you could actually see it bubbling up right on the rim there and between the tires. So that's what it was, and that's what was causing that slow leak. So we're gonna go take this thing off of the trailer here and put it back on that wagon. We're gonna grab the case loader here just so we can carry that tire over to the wagon and put the air compressor and all that kind of stuff in the bucket again. She's pretty cold out today, so should be a nice start. So I just turned the heater on in that loader, and the heated seat is on as well. It's pretty cold out this morning, so I just turned that all on. We'll let it warm up for 10 minutes, and hopefully when I'm ready to go back there, it'll be warm. Well, it is by no means hot in this wheel loader, but it's gonna have to do because I gotta get going. It'll start to heat up the more I drive it. There it is, got the tire back on, as good as new. We're gonna have to put a little bit more air in there, but it's good now. We can pull it up to the shop. And now we're gonna get our tractor hooked up to the manure pump. We're gonna be using our Bueller Versatile again, and we used the same tractor last time. Doesn't really matter what tractor we put in front of that pump. It's not as important. And then after that, we are going to grab our MX285, which is right there, and we are going to put that in front of the liquid manure tanker. That one is important. We need to put that MX285 in front of the manure tanker. You guys can see we were just recently doing some harrowing, so we're going to have to drop that thing off. We're also going to have to take off the clavis as usual. The clavis is just this thing right here. We don't need it for the pump, so we're going to take that off as well. Hooked up to the pump. Now we can pretty much drop that thing in the pit. Good morning, everybody. We got everything set up to start pumping manure. I did it mostly this morning. I didn't quite get as much done yesterday as I wanted to, but we got the pump dropped into the pit there, fill spout, and the tractor and the tanker right there. So took me a bit of time this morning, gonna be honest. Not as quick as I want it to be, but we got her done anyway. There's a nice little ice layer on the pit right now, so we're gonna try and break it up a little bit right now. It's not that thick, so it's not gonna be that hard. We're gonna turn the pump on, see what it looks like. pump is all good because it's working good right now. We're gonna start filling up the tank. Should be good. Should be good. I just quickly ran to the front of the tank here. I wanted to make sure this valve was closed because I did drain that out a month or two ago. Just making sure it's closed, but it looks good. I just put a timer on my phone here just to make sure that I don't overfill this load, just in case my floats on the tank isn't working there. We did just fix that up, so hopefully it is. But I kind of know this tractor being at 1700 RPM, pumping it full, it should only take about 3 minutes and 15 seconds to fill that tank all the way up. Well, that's the first load. She's a little over full. See, it kind of splattered a little bit out there. We're gonna have to clean this thing off before we park it for winter anyway, so that's fine. All right, we're gonna rip out to the field with our first load here. Make sure no one's coming. Make sure my discs aren't driving on the ground. It's looking good, it's looking good. Alright, we got a car behind us, but I'm just pulling into the field, so I kind of just own the road, just sit in the middle. I don't want them to pass me when I'm turning off because the ass end of this wagon could swing out a little bit. But it doesn't look like they tried to pass me, so that's good. Give them a little wave. Excellent. Man, I can almost turn the air conditioning on this morning already. It's getting hot. It's getting hot, guys. It's gonna be an awesome day. There we go, and we're injecting manure. Well, that's great. All the runs are filled up, so we know none of these things are plugged. You can also go over here and check them out. I am missing a disc right here. The last time I was injecting on this exact same spot, right down in below that big slough area there, one of them snapped off. Just broke the entire assembly that held that disc on, unfortunately, but it doesn't really matter. So just hopping out of the tractor, checking everything out after you dump your first load, just to visually inspect kind of that everything's good. So it does look good. Pump's good, tank's good, everything's ready to go. So now it's just a matter of putting in hours and hammering loads back and forth between the field. That pit will probably take, I'm guessing, 2 days to empty out. So we'll have at it today and tomorrow, and hopefully she'll be down. I don't know, maybe we'll get 2 feet out of it yet, but there is gonna be some solid manure left at the bottom of that pit. We're not gonna get an agitation boat out just for this little bit. We'll have plenty of storage for the entire winter to make it to spring. That's why we're pumping it out one last time. We wanna make sure that we're not pumping it down in January because it's about to overflow. That's why we're taking it out one last time now. So, yeah, pitter patter. Well guys, I got some bad news. It's about the afternoon right now, and I was literally just walking to the back of this tank to put the GoPro on to get some more shots of those discs injecting the manure or whatever. And I walked past this tire. This is the worst, roughest looking tire on the entire wagon. You guys can see it's getting pretty old and tired. And I can hear right here, she's leaking air That's really unfortunate. It almost looks like there's maybe a wire or something that got stuck right in there. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but that's unfortunate. This thing's just gonna leak air until it's empty. I don't even know if it's a good idea to keep putting weight on this thing. Tank is full right now though, so I'm gonna empty it out and then hopefully we can get it to the shop. That tire probably needs to be replaced. You can see how worn down this thing is. It's insane. The entire day now. We've probably got another 20 loads out to the field, and this tire seems to be holding air pretty decently now. I haven't seen it go flat at all, even when the tank is right full, and I've checked that same spot multiple times now. It seems to have just like kind of moved back in place or something to where it's not leaking air anymore, which is incredibly lucky. Hopefully it's gonna just stay there. I talked to Dad. We're definitely gonna replace this tire before next spring. It's honestly just way too worn out. It's always the question though, should you run it until it dies, because it is still working technically, but I think in this case it's definitely probably would have been a better idea just get a new tire. It's looking pretty sad as it is. Just quickly hopped into the Versatile, the pumper tractor. Every so often you want to hop in here, check the temperatures, make sure the fuel's not running out, stuff like that. Gotta keep an eye on this tractor as well. It is probably now the third day that I'm filming this video, so that's fine. Starting up here in the morning again. The manure tanker is right parked by the shop, just in case this tire did go all the way flat. I'm gonna check the PSI in it right now, and if it needs any air, we're gonna put that in before starting this morning. Mention it in this video how good the weather's being to us, but a rainbow perfectly over our farm on November 3rd is pretty insane. Wow. So I started spraying with the nozzle over there, try and break up a bit of that solid manure. I can already see there's quite a bit that we're not even going to be able to get out of here, but that's how it always is with this pit in the sand. This tire that was hissing air yesterday has continued to hold air. I pumped it up this morning, had about 20 PSI. I wanted around that 28 PSI range. So it did lose about 8 PSI, and for the rest it stayed round. It's continued to hold air, so that's good. And we ordered a new tire though. We're not gonna continue to deal with that. Next year we're gonna have that new tire on there. If you guys have made it to the end of this video, comment down below. Manure 2020 is done, because we are done officially. We just got to pressure wash these tanks off and the pump and everything that's dirty, probably also some wheel loaders, so that's probably going to be the next video. I hope some people are going to be excited for that. I'm not overly stoked about getting covered in crap, but stuff's got to get cleaned off. But thanks for watching today, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. Check out the Instagram @SaskDutchKid, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.